If you have been doing this, then you've probably been doing it wrong. What's up, everybody? Here's another video from Core Creative Media, and I just want to talk more about audio. I think so many people out there forget about audio all the time. Audio can make or break your videos. And what I see on many YouTube channels is people attaching microphones directly to the camera. This has never made any sense to me whatsoever. Unless you're doing scratch audio or you're syncing audio or you're doing something of that nature, maybe run and gun, maybe weddings, stuff like this, you might want to attach a microphone to your camera. But with that comes a lot of noise, and you're never going to pick up the voice quite perfectly. So if I'm standing here and my microphone is way over there, this is not going to work for me. If I am here and I'm shooting me like this, then that will work. That is perfect. That is perfect for a microphone, perfect distance for a microphone to be. But most people are not shooting like this. Most people are shooting from a distance. So this is never going to work except for scratch audio or syncing audio. Also, attaching it right to your camera, you're going to hear every noise that happens that goes on through your camera. This has a fan built into it to keep it cool. So as soon as I turn it on, you're going to hear that fan through this audio. So let's do that. Let's just take a little sample. Let's turn our microphone on. And then let's turn our camera on. Turn our camera on. We need a battery to turn our camera on. No good. All right. Let's turn our camera on with our battery here. Let's power up. Now it's not loud, it's not super loud, but it's loud enough, okay? So let's just record something. Let's actually get the monitor. Let's actually put a monitor to it, record, make sure. Put some power to the monitor from these Zyte brick batteries that I love so much. Powers everything. The Field World monitor, we'll do something on that later. Let's go into our menu. Let's go to our audio. Inputs. Let's change our mic level down to let's try low. And then let's turn our level down. You know, being distance, what you're going to want to do, since you're so far from your subject, you're going to want to crank the volume up on your camera or on your microphone, and that's not good. The higher the levels of your microphone and your camera, the worse the audio, the more noise that's going to be into your audio and your camera footage. So most cameras are not very good with the preamps inside of capturing audio. That's why I always recommend some kind of mixer or some kind of recorder. Like Zoom makes some of the greatest recorders that are out there that you can plug in. They do phantom power, so you can do RØDE microphones and wireless packs. Greatest thing. Let's just check our levels here. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. We can take the lens cap off so we get an image. Check, 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 check. Even at this distance with this RØDE video mic, I'm barely hitting minus 12 dB. So I'd have to be really right here in front of this microphone, right there, to even get up to maybe negative, it looks like -6. Yeah. I believe that's -6 dB. That's not gonna work on a distance from me. I'm never going to get the levels that I really need without really cranking the levels inside the camera up and the levels on the microphone if you can. This is cranked up pretty high. So it's next setting, and see, now the next setting's a little bit better. I seem to be getting a little bit better audio out of that. Still not great. Still, I can pump it up and post, but I'm 6 inches from the microphone. I'm not feet away from the microphone. So what can we do to resolve this? Actually, we didn't record, so let's go ahead and record, and we'll listen to that audio later in the editing room. We're not going to listen to it now, but we'll take a listen to it in the editing room and compare it to something like the NTG2 that is running on a Zoom, or the RØDE Link wireless microphones that I'm using here now, and see if we're going to get a difference between that. Yes, we're going to get a huge difference, but again, I'm inches away. But I'm also inches away from my RØDE NTG4 that is right up above my head here, and my lavalier that is in this area here. And we'll get a little test there.
So I think the thing to do would be kind of to test this with the microphone on the camera. I checked the levels, and I had to turn the mic input levels on the camera on high, and I'm shooting at about 90%. This is on the Blackmagic micro cinema camera, and I'm an arm's length and a little bit more from the camera, so about 4 feet from the camera itself, and it's getting pretty decent audio straight out in front. The thing to do would be to listen to it in the editing room and see how well it is. But we can also go out of focus and start to move back here and not run into too much stuff, and see how the levels are picking up there. Also, to hear all the noise in the camera's making itself. These Blackmagic micro cinema cameras are rather noisy, so let's just stay still for a minute and listen to that. not to mention the other noises that are going on from my nan lighting here and there, which also have fans on them. So I got camera fans and light fans, and we're just, I bet we're just picking up a whole lot of noise. And then let's just do something like some camera move. So we are pulling focus. And now we are going to pick the camera up and just shoot some stuff in the studio.
Okay, so how can we solve this? Do we have to purchase a whole new microphone and do all that to solve this problem? No, we just got to get the microphone closer to our subject, especially if we're doing some kind of interview setting or anything like that, where we really need to capture the audio of both interviewee and interviewer. So how can we solve that? We're going to solve that today. Now, it's going to cost some money to solve this, a little bit. There are two ways you can solve this. You can get a female to male 3.5 millimeter jack input and expand your cable and put this on a C-stand or a boom arm or anything like that, and then we could solve that very quickly, very cheaply. Or we can go out and purchase some kind of wireless kit. I recommend UHF frequency wireless kits and not 2.4 gigahertz internet style wireless kits. The UHF frequencies are going to be much better and much more stable over distance than a 2.4 wireless pack. Okay? So how am I going to get rid of that noise? Easy. Get your microphone off your camera. Like we said, put it on a Boompole, put it on a C-stand, whatever you need to do to get it off the camera, if you can. I understand sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's run and gun. You got to go get the audio you can and then pray for the best in the editing room. But if you're doing more setup style and not so much run and gun, there are ways to get you by. So we're going to take our Boompole here. We're going to take our little wireless pack here, and we're going to take this microphone and adapt it to this Boompole and put it right into this wireless pack and record the audio that way. So let's unplug. The beauty about this is it's not going to require you to buy a whole new microphone. We're just going to take the microphone setup we've got, whatever that may be. I know this is an old RØDE video mic, and they've come out with some newer ones that are probably quite better. Power on. But this RØDE is, let me just make some changes here. Okay, After that short break, we made a few changes. Had to turn on the wireless pack, had to plug it into the Zoom H6 recorder, and make sure everything was up and running. And now that we've done that, we have changed our dynamic, and now we've got a microphone we can put right in front of our subject, right above our subject, like this, up out of frame. It's always better if it's out of frame and it's not poking down like this, like some kind of podcast. We don't want to reveal the microphones. We want to use them to our advantage. That's probably peaking audio there. I could easily take all the Zoom recording stuff off the camera and put it here and actually live monitor the audio and what it's doing. But already we've gotten rid of the camera noise. Now we're separated from our camera. We have our boom mic over here on the opposite side of our key light, so we're not shadowing. We don't want to shadow our subject, so we want to be opposite of the key light, edge light, fill light. Okay, fill light is always better because fill is going to be much softer, usually going to be a bounce, so we're not going to cast shadows on me from the fill light. Just a little lighting and sound there. But yeah, already I've separated my microphone wirelessly from my camera. Now this is a much better setup, and I didn't have to go out and spend any more money on a new microphone, mainly because I had a wireless pack. But maybe you have a RØDE out there, a RØDE Go out there, or something equivalent to that. I know DJI had their wireless packs, and Komica also has their wireless packs, which are UHF wireless packs, much similar to this one here. This is the Mulata WM10 that I've talked about before that I love for the price. The price is fantastic, and I love these wireless packs because they can do anything. So with that quick setup, this is what we've got. We were on the camera, picking up all these noise, operator, movements, everything else, and now we've separated from the camera, and we've got a wireless Go pack with just a onboard video microphone, which is no longer on board, it's off board. It's able to follow people and pick up the greatest audio in the world. So this has been another fun tip from Core Creative Media, and we hope you like, and we hope you subscribe, and we hope you'll watch the next video, and we'll see you then.